Hello and welcome to the Full Send F1 podcast, where two Nicks talk confidently about stuff we don't fully understand. I'm Nick.
And I'm Nick.
Let's go!
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hello, buddy. Hello. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I was just before we pressed record, I was doing some voice stretching my voice. Doing some do-re-mi.
La la la
La, la,
la
la. Yeah,
la.
exactly. You got to get these tonsils going.
I'm not sure I've got any.
No, well, it's the only way I'm going to get mine going. No, I've got nothing else if I can get them going. But yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, tired, but
Tired, right?
man. What is up early doors?
Clocks went forward,
Yeah,
spring forward, and all that.
yeah. So which really messes with you, especially when you got kids, because you're literally up at crack of dawn anyway, and then you realise, in actual fact, you're an hour later.
Yeah,
So it's actually an hour earlier, and it's like, oh my god, why am I up so early?
they don't know.
No,
They don't know. They've got no idea what's going on. So yeah, as you say, 7 o'clock, but it's really still 6 o'clock, and they're like, "But it's 7 o'clock.
yeah,
Come on, play
no,
with me. Let's go."
I know. But the Grand Prix was. I mean, what time did it start? In the
Oh
morning?
yeah.
Was it 7 a.m. or was it 6
Well,
a.m.?
6 our
6
time.
a.m. Yeah.
6 our time. So yeah, it
Did
was in the background.
Did you watch it?
I did, mate. Yeah, I did. And I did enjoy it as well.
Yeah,
Loads to talk about.
we have got loads to talk about today.
Mm.
So where should we start? I think.
Well, what's the headlines on pretty much all of the channels? What's everyone talking about?
Well,
Uh,
personally, it's got to be the Behrman crash. I think that's obviously top
And
of the
and
news.
that is the sad state. It is the Berman crash. You are right, but it shouldn't be. But it is.
No, it shouldn't,
It
but it is,
shouldn't be.
and
But
we've got to
yeah,
talk about it.
Ollie Behrman slamming into the wall at 50 Gs. Wow.
Yes.
Ouch.
Now that I've actually done some research on this, Nick, because I was
Ooh.
taken back by how many Gs that is. I mean, that is incredible. Now, for our listeners, and I have done some research on this. All right.
First time
Now,
ever.
just to put it into perspective, that if you are on a high velocity roller coaster
Mm.
and you're going upside down in an inversion, you are probably only touching 4 to 5 Gs. Now, Ollie Behrman hit
Do you
the
know what I'm
wall
doing now?
at 50.
I'm touching cloth. I'm not about 4 or 5
Well,
Gs.
exactly. I mean, I'm coming off a roller coaster these days with my head shaking. Like, I mean, I don't know what day it is. So that let's just put that into perspective for a minute. I mean, that's incredible. Now, apologies for any engineers out there. I did actually research that on Google, so blame them if it's wrong. But yeah, that's what it said. High intensity.
What
5Gs.
else did you research that is also 5 Gs? Anything else?
Nothing. Nothing.
Is it because you just love roller coasters?
That's going back to my
Are you
Disney
a thrill
days.
seeker? Is that what you're saying?
I just love Disney.
You just love Disney. Other good theme parks are available. I have to say.
Oh, now I'm going to tap away and find out what else is 5G. Like, do
What?
you remember those going back to theme park rides? Do you remember those rides at fairgrounds that were dodgy as, and you just sort of got in and you sort of stood up in a cage, put your arms through something, and then it just span you around?
Yeah, what? And then it tips up, and then you're like gravity, isn't it? You're like pinned to the wall.
Yeah,
Wall of death, whatever they call it.
yeah. That was, I think, about 5Gs. I mean, that's not me being too
How
technical.
much would you have to be paid to go on that, or are you just like freebie? Like, I don't think you could pay me You could pay me a couple of quid, but it will take a lot to get on one of those. No, thank you. I wanna see safety certificates. I wanna see who put this thing together.
Yeah, oh, 100%, mate. Yeah, I mean, fairground rides. I mean, they're probably tested more than actual theme parks. In all honesty, I mean,
Are
you
they?
could not
Are
not
they?
test.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I
Do you
don't
know
know.
when you go on social YouTubey, wormhole and you end up in something like, either rough seas or, plane landing, and then sometimes you end up on fairground ride crashes?
Mm.
That's not fun. Can you imagine being strapped into something you've got no control over and it's just bouncing you all over the place and scraping the ground and then a chair falls off? You're like, "Ah, no thanks."
I mean, my good friend Gemini, he has just said that fighter pilots often encounter 5G in turning maneuvers. I find that hard to believe, but there we go.
Tom Cruise can do 9.
Well, Tom Cruise can do anything.
That's
Oh
what he's done on
hell,
Top
Tom
Gun, mate.
Cruise. So yeah, I mean, what? So it's actually obviously raised concerns about the new FIA rules and regulations for this season. My good friend Nick will explain more.
Well, I just think all the drivers knew that this was gonna happen, and they must have said it from testing, and I know, listening to the kind of like the reports, they had a chat about it on Friday when they all get together and they all get together with the stewards and the race directors, and it's proof. And I think he's the only one that's come out is Carlos to say, "Look, this is fucking dangerous, lads.
Mm,
We we knew this was going to happen." And I think this is kind of my take on it, that because these are guys are racers, and because Colapinto was Colapinto, wasn't it?
yep.
Um, was in f in his mind, was trying to go as fast as he can around the track, and the battery either was super, super clipping or there was a fault with the battery, as George found out, as Lewis is finding out. For whatever reason, there is a bit of a lag in the battery. He's still racing, and he moves over to the left thinking he's gonna cover off this line.
Yeah.
Now, if this was a fault in the car and he knew the car had packed up, whether it be hydraulics or the battery's dead or whatever it is, he would have stayed over. There is no way he's gonna risk not only his life, but someone else's life. These racers know what they're doing. And because he moved over, he still thinks his car is in a good position. And of
Yeah.
course, Ollie's coming up behind him. They're saying it's 50 kph, which for everyone else is about 30 miles an hour. But when you're doing 120, 130 miles an hour and the other one's doing 90, that is roller coaster shit your pants time. And yeah, car on the grass, off he goes, slams into the wall at 50 Gs. I mean, it's going to happen again, and I don't know what they're going to do about it. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean they've got to do something. I mean it's just dangerous, isn't it? I mean you saw the crash, and I mean he missed him. He missed him by. Eh, I don't
Well,
know.
he's going,
I
yeah,
don't know
no,
the
he missed him
distance,
by a
but
couple of feet, but it's good reactions because
yeah,
he's coming round. His battery's on point. His foot's to the floor. They're always foot to the floor where they can, and you
yeah,
feel sorry for him because he was having a good race. He had a good qualifying. Oh no, he didn't. He had a really shit qualifying, didn't he? Actually,
yeah. He did. Yeah, it
but I
wasn't
think
good.
generally he was in a good space with the car. And you saw afterwards, he was a bit shaken up. He said, "Yeah, I'm all right. I've had my checks." He
He
was limping
limped off.
after though, wasn't he, when he got out?
Yeah, he
Um,
limped off a bit, didn't he?
yeah, he
That
did
looked
limp
quite
off,
bad.
and,
Painful.
he'll lick his wounds. He's got a couple of weeks now to sort the car out, and yeah, off he goes again.
But it's interesting. I mean, I'm sure the drivers have all discussed it, but it was science that sort of came out on the cameras to sort of say
Yeah.
it needs a better solution and to find a safer way of driving, racing. I quote, and also he sort of mentioned that. that he was really surprised that the FIA said that they'll sort out qualifying but leave the race as it is because it's exciting. These were Carlos's words. So, I mean, they've got to have a serious look at that. I mean, I think, yes, obviously sort out qualifying, but I do feel like what are they waiting for? A major serious accident just because it's exciting?
Just approval. I don't
I
know. Yeah, they can't. They actually can't. It will be. It depends how much damage is caused, and someone can seriously get hurt doing this. It is a real problem, and it is all led from the battery and the deployment. And the teams, as much as they've done their research and
Mhm.
technically on top, there's still some flaws with this battery power and the deployment. I think that they raised it or they lowered it from 9 to 8 megajoules to allow them a bit more power and a bit more charge. But yeah, you can hear in the laps they're really struggling. They're really struggling to get these cars around the corner as
Mm.
fast as they can. And during qualifying, Charles, which is the team radio, absolutely going off,
Yeah.
saying that I'm flying around the first corner, the first sector. I'm doing what I can, only to be hindered by battery deployment.
Yeah. It must
So
be so
yeah,
frustrating for the drivers.
they all are frustrated. Lewis picked up on it. And not only in qualifying, he's picked up on it today. We'll come on to him in a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is an issue, and I think the FIA have got when is Miami?
So Miami is the 1st of May,
There
practice
you
one.
go.
Yeah.
So they got what?
So they
Yeah,
got
into end of
3
April to
weeks
kind of figure
for
something
one.
out.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, something they need to look into for the future, certainly before someone has a major accident, which
Yes, yeah,
God forbid that does
yeah,
happen.
and well
But
done,
there
Ollie,
we
for
go.
kind of avoiding it. And yeah,
Yeah.
can you imagine if you're going forwards? I know the car span, but yeah, that could have ended up really nasty, really, really bad for him.
Well, I mean, I think Science made a good point in his interview as well. That if that was Vegas or Baku or a street circuit like Monaco
Oh, with a wall.
with a wall,
Ouch.
he's hitting the wall to avoid a collision.
Yeah,
I mean, I dread to think what speed, but
yeah.
you know, it's so dangerous. I mean,
Mm.
it's a dangerous sport anyway. I mean, let's not beat around the bush.
No, they know that though. That's why they love it.
Well,
They're
exactly,
fucking adrenaline junkies, these lads.
but you want to step in the car knowing that you're risking your life, and you know that all has been done to protect you.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm not sure Science feels that way at the moment. I'm sure Ollie Behrman doesn't feel that way at the moment after that crash.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
Yeah.
move on. So something for FIA to look at.
Mhm.
So there we go. I think let's start with the race winner, Kimi Antonelli. Wow.
Youngest ever leader of a championship. Ever.
Hmm. Yeah, he's smashing
I
all
mean,
records.
that is so good to say. If you're that person, of course.
Yeah,
So good to say.
sucks if you're George.
Yeah, I
um,
mean, look, there's a long way to go, but 2 from 2. And there's
yeah.
something about him that I saw. He took off his helmet, and I don't know if it's something's changed with him since Bahrain, but he looks like a real geezer for he does. He looks like
Yeah.
a real bloke. He
Is
doesn't
he
look
growing
like
a
a
beard? He's grown
yeah,
a beard since the
no, well,
first
it's
race.
not that. He took his helmet. He looked cool. He looked calm. I know he's
Yeah,
just done a race, but you know how big they are around the face and neck, and
yeah.
you think for a 19-year-old
Mm.
teenager, hence 19, right? But he just looks mature and he looked ready, and I think he's gonna have so much confidence in himself. And don't get me wrong, he got lucky today because of a safety car.
Yeah, he did, yeah, and I feel
Absolutely
like
lucked out, but in sport, you need luck to get by. It's a fact. You ask any sportsman, you need that little bit of luck.
absolutely, absolutely. I do feel like I owe him a slight apology. I think the last
Apologise. Do
our
it
last
now.
episode, yeah, I'm sorry, Kimi Antonelli, if you're listening. I did sort of doubt him in the last podcast. I don't think I
What was the
said he
doubts?
wouldn't finish, but I just said I think he's got a mistake in him, and I think George is gonna go on to win. And obviously he didn't. But there we go. So
No,
yeah,
yeah, and even though George did make a mistake, it was Kimi who just capitalised, right?
yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, the safety car was a massive turning point. You know,
Yeah,
it sucks. I mean, literally, George, if he was a pitted a lap earlier, sorry, a lap. He
later.
waited. Yeah, he waited a lap later.
Mm.
He would have probably won the race.
But did you
In all
see his
honesty.
radio call though? And this is I'll get
Oh,
onto this a
mate,
little bit later
funny.
about these they are men, but I don't think mentally they are men. The whining that he got off on the phone,
No,
the absolute it's not bitchiness because it's not, but he's letting his frustrations air out for millions and millions to hear.
I feel George is a bit of a spoiled brat, don't you? Sometimes he comes across sometimes like he's
Yeah,
like,
no, mate,
"Oh, that's
they
not
all are.
fair."
I've got a take for you later on. I'll hit you with this one later on. But they all are in the way. They all moan when they get blocked off, and they all moan if they feel a little bit hindered. And then Toto comes on the radio.
Oh god, here we go.
George, calm down. You'll finish the
Oh,
race. And that's that's what you got to do as a boss because you got to
yeah.
get into these people and
It
stop
was
slagging it.
funny.
Stop blaming everyone else. Get on with it.
I mean, talking of George Russell and his radio calls in this race.
Mm.
And this is I quote for the restart. Can you confirm Kimmy is going in the
Oh,
place that we
mate.
trained? And the answer was not sure, George. I mean, what does he want? Does he want
Yeah,
it on a plate for him? I mean, man, come on.
100%. And
You know,
do you think it was on the place?
no,
It was what? 100 meters before the last chicane, I think it was.
yeah.
So I don't know what I yeah, of course, they train, but these are racers, mate. Why are you gonna give anyone an advantage?
Look, I think in terms of teammates, I mean, Mercedes have never come out and said, George, you're number one, and
Mhm.
Antonelli, you're number two.
Yeah,
So their biggest competitor is always going to be their teammate.
yeah,
You can forget about the Ferraris and the McLarens and whatever.
yeah,
Their first thing is to beat their teammate.
yeah.
So why on earth would Kemi Antonelli be like, "Oh yeah, sorry George, yeah, yeah, no, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely start when you want me to. Sorry."
Yeah.
It's like, no, mate, it's dog eat dog.
Doggy dog.
Dog eat dog, and as if like he's gonna say like, "Oh yeah, tell George I'm gonna go where we trained."
Yeah.
Be like, "Fuck off,
It's
mate."
not gonna happen. And for him to say it over the radio,
Yeah,
and then how's the engineer gonna know that?
yeah,
Unless he asks the other engineer, who's then gonna ask Kimmy, who's gonna be on the radio, who's gonna be Ed. Like, I don't know. There's a lot going on in these helmets, of course, but
yeah,
I don't know. This is why it goes back, they are men, but I think mentally they're not like the old school racers. They're not like the old school sportsmen. There's a lot going on in their lives that they're cocooned, and perhaps
yeah,
I think a little bit more about either when they're talking to the teammates or putting stuff on the radio or actually themselves internally when they've got to actually understand that, okay, I'm in a fight here. I'm going to knuckle down and I'm going to go.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, I was just reading. So Georgia was just sort of mentioning after the restart, um, that he was having an issue with the harvest limit, so he couldn't recharge his battery.
Yeah.
And he said, I think a number of teams had this problem.
Yeah.
So he ended
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
just flying past Lewis because obviously he pitted just before, didn't
Mm.
he? And he was overtaken by Leclerc and Lewis.
Well, he did that was his comment to that. Leclerc just flew by him because he
Yeah,
came out a corner, had no battery. Leclerc flew by him. He was like, what the fuck? Like, where's the battery gone? And
yeah,
almost it's the same situation as Colapinto and Behrman. But George managed to stay to one side and then Leclerc went through.
mm, yeah,
But yeah, what you're saying is, well, what George is saying, I think is pretty correct.
yeah. Fair enough. Good to see the McLarens back up there.
Oh,
Finally started a race.
yeah. I mean, did they start that start of the race? was
Oh,
good.
great start, wasn't it? Good entertainment. I mean, it looked like Kimmy and Russell had their handbrakes on. You were like,
Kimmy,
Go
yeah, he's
on,"
got a real issue with that. But I
with the
think we
start.
said even if they're 3rd, 4th, 5th in the pack, they'll still get to the front.
Mm,
But they've got to sort this out. I think Kimmy's was wheel spin. You saw on the Piastri onboard, he
mhm,
pulled away, but then he just lit the tyres up, mate, and just
yeah.
yeah, everyone just flew past him.
So, yeah, fair play to Piastri. I mean, what a start he had right on the outside, and then, yeah, and I think he was probably the unluckiest person for, the safety car because I
Yeah.
think he wouldn't probably have gone on to win that. I mean,
He would have definitely won that race. They would have managed it. He was in control. So yeah, agreed.
yeah, so unlucky Piastri, first start for him, first race start, that's
First
incredible.
start, P2, not bad.
But yeah, P2 for him. So yeah, very, very, very well done to him. Norris was P5 in the end, was he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
front of
yep, ahead of
Lewis.
Lewis. So all round decent weekend for McLaren. I think they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
And again, last podcast, I think we said we can only see a 1-2 Mercedes and 3-4 Ferrari, didn't we? But there we go. The McLarens are back with a
They are,
bang.
and that is gonna be your 6, and they're gonna flip-flop all year. That's the way it's gonna be, and I think Mercedes maybe have just got it, but yeah, the next 4 in line are gonna be those ones. But Piastri, I think I know everybody said it last year when he was going toe to toe with Lando about, he looks the maturest, he looks the most sensible, he looks the one that the most screwed on. And then to be fair to Lando, pulled it back. But actually in this race, he did look the most mature and the most capable of getting that car to the,
Yeah.
up up into first and then finish it. But then, luck's not in his side today. So
Yeah, so it was
that safety car.
unlucky for him. But Norris did all right. I think he got Lewis on the what was it, third to last lap, I think it was.
Yeah, Lewis, man.
I feel sorry for Lewis. I'm really like trying to egg him on, but it always
He
just seems that Leclerc's got the upper hand at the moment. It feels like either Leclerc's got the better car at the moment, or the setups are different. But Lewis just seems to struggle, and it's just like, right, see you later, show. I'll get out your way. You
yeah,
carry
when he
on.
was behind him, Leclerc came on the radio and went,
Yeah,
He's holding me up.
we're losing time.
I've got a faster car." And I don't know what it is. You can clearly see in the racing, Leclerc is a better driver. Hamilton is
Oh, hang
still a
on a minute, mate. Hang on a minute.
no, 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 no,
Reel
no,
it
no.
in.
No, 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 no. This is, it's like any sport, mate. It's a young man's game, and Lewis will not win a championship with this car. Fact.
Yeah.
I think he'll get a couple more podiums this year, through just determination and experience. But I don't know if it's the deployment he doesn't know how to use. I don't know if he still gets the car because, it's still a fast car. But I just
Yeah.
think
I mean,
he's more switched on. Piastri more switched on. Antonelli fully switched on in terms of deployment.
yeah, and it might be that aspect of it. It might be the sort of driver-led aspects of the car.
Mm,
But I don't know. I mean, he said in his interview he had a real lack of power,
he did. Yeah.
especially in the second stint. And he said, I don't understand. I don't understand this. I'm full of gas, managing, and I quoted, managing where I asked to manage, and for some
Mm.
reason just lacking power.
Yeah,
So
but
he doesn't actually know
so
why.
for me, that's the key. He needs to figure out in the car what he needs to manage. And I think that others are it better than him at that. I think
Yeah.
their in-game management almost, their IQ level of battery deployment is better. He's a better racing driver, I think, but in this game and in this car, I think they've just got the edge.
Yeah, no, I agree. So that obviously, Charles Leclerc finishing on the podium again, so well done to him for third. Started fourth, finished
Yeah,
third.
done well.
Lewis finished sixth, started sixth.
Mhm,
Um, and that basically means, I think now that Charles Leclerc has jumped Lewis in the driver standings.
mhm.
Um, but Ferrari are still hanging on to second in the constructors at the moment. So yeah, but I think they've got to watch their backs because McLaren, like we said, if McLaren are if they can keep this pace and consistency with their cars,
Mhm.
the reliability, I think the next race in Miami could be, another good one for McLaren.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
They say it's always the track is the, like, dependent no, the car is dependent on the track.
yeah.
So, every car has a different type, and I don't know what Miami is, if I'm honest.
Well, it's
Right.
like a street race, isn't it? I mean, it's got a couple of long straights, but mainly it's quite close to the wall. It's quite windy in places, but
Yeah, I
it's
mean, it is a street yeah, you're
straight.
right. Yeah, it is absolute street circuit, absolutely.
I feel that the Mercedes will again, if it's not 1-2, I'll be surprised. But anyway, we'll preview Miami in a little bit. But yeah, in terms of the Ferraris, I feel obviously this weekend that they were the third pick team,
Mhm.
which is sad for
Quick
Lewis.
quick
And
quick quiz. Who won
yeah,
last year's Miami race?
oh, who won last year's Miami? Was it George?
No, think who had a dominating team last year.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought George. He maybe he won the first one. I can't remember
No, he didn't
now.
win. He was close. He didn't come first, but he was close.
Well, I'm going to say Piastri.
Ah, look at you. 10 points.
Yeah,
Oscar well, it's 1-2 for McLaren.
yeah,
So again, home race. So yeah,
yeah,
I mean, let's see. Perhaps is there I can't say it. It's a different car. It's not gonna be the same. So yeah, let's wait and see. But looking forward to it anyway.
yeah, yeah. We'll look into that in a little bit.
Mhm.
So moving on to the next, let's talk about the other big team that was not really involved too much at the front. The Red Bulls, Verstappen,
Big team, big team. Oh, Max.
finishing eighth, and
Oh,
finishing
Max.
12th.
Oh, Max.
Again, frustrated again. He's going to quit. Watch this space. I'm telling you.
So, hear this. Max Verstappen is not a fighter.
Mm.
Max Verstappen, when
Ooh.
it gets dirty, doesn't wanna know. Max Verstappen, when he needs to try and dig deep and get the team out of a hole, quits.
That's bold, Nick. I don't
Look
know.
at look at what's happened. He said is it today he said it? In not so many terms, but he's gonna go. If it carries on like this and they perform like this and he doesn't get a car that he wants and he can drive, then he'll just leave. And to be fair to him, he can. He's got squillions. He's four-time world champion. He can do what he wants. However, this is the pinnacle of the sport. This is where all drivers want to be. This is why Lewis has been there for how many years? And how
Well,
many of
over
those
10,
years has he had a shit car?
15
Quite a
years.
lot of them. And every year he says, "I'm gonna come back stronger. I'm gonna find myself. I'm gonna dig deep." And he comes
Yeah,
back. Alonso's maybe there for the payday, but Lewis is a great example of that. Fighter,
yeah.
get stuck in.
But then I don't know. I'm not sure I fully agree with you on that. I feel like Verstappen. I feel like he's throwing his toys out the pram a bit this season. I feel like, like you just said, he's whinging because he doesn't have the car.
Yeah,
Okay, big deal, get over it. Your second teammate has not had a car for I don't know how many years.
exactly. Yeah.
However, he is feisty, and obviously and I'm going to say it, they stole the championship. His first world title was stolen
Mhm.
off of Lewis, in my opinion. And he showed some fight and some elbow, and he sort of dug deep a bit there. So I don't know. I feel like he's still a very good racer. I still
Oh,
think he
no, he is.
wants to be there. I just don't think he likes these new regulations, like a lot of
Mm.
us. And I think he's just really frustrated with it. He's like, why? Why have we
Yeah,
changed?
he's like, "Why do I bother?
Yeah,
I don't need to do this." And I get that, right? I really do. And you said he's a fighter. He's a fighter on the track, he gets his elbows out. Yeah, he's a fighter because 'cause he's got the best car and he's winning championships. But
yeah,
he hasn't got the best car. He's got, you know, the 8th, ninth, 10th best car given on any race. And you've
yeah.
gotta dig deep, mate. You've gotta help your team out.
But so
Wait, it's
like,
what you're getting paid for. You're not okay, you're getting paid to race, but you're being paid to being a sportsman, and a sportsman is about getting the team together, helping, supporting where you can, giving your knowledge, giving your influence where possible. And he probably does he does it to a certain degree, but he comes out in public and says, "Look, I'm just this is not for me." What but he has to race the rest of the year with that attitude. Who's
yeah,
gonna
it's
wanna
not a good
help him?
attitude.
Who's gonna wanna go, "Oh, no, actually, Max, I'm gonna dig deep in for you. I'm gonna work hard for you."
So here's a question for you.
Go on.
If Max Verstappen said, "Right, I'm gonna leave Red Bull,"
End of the year.
who does he replace in the top team? So does he replace either George or Antonelli? Who would you choose?
You would pick George out of those
He
2.
he
But
would play. He would replace
he would re
George.
yeah, he would replace George, but he won't. He would
Yeah,
leave the sport. I think there's
yeah.
always that rumor that Toto would want him at Mercedes and all that kinda good stuff.
Mm,
Because 'cause you're gonna want a four-time world championship who's fucking awesome. But I think it's a bit like Alonso, mate. He comes with a bit of baggage.
yeah,
You're gonna want a car that suits him and, I think with, Mercedes and McLarens and Ferraris, it's harmony, right?
yeah,
Both drivers get the love, both drivers get the best car. So if he leaves, he leaves. And he'll go and do his sports series or he may go to do IndyCar or whatever, but that is definitely not as fast as a Formula One car.
mm.
The tracks are awful. Half the tracks you go around in a circle. So what do you wanna do? That's why Formula One's the best.
Yeah,
Most international, most recognized, the pinnacle of tech, and he wants to give it all up because he's got a bad car.
yeah.
Get over it.
He's a bit. Oh,
And I'm a neutral, like, he's wicked. Like, I'm not a hater, like, by any stretch. I'm just calling it as I see it, as a guy moaning about he hasn't got a good car.
yeah. Should live
So
live in our world. I've got a
live in
shit
our
car.
world, mate. Yeah, you start getting up at 6 o'clock and
Right. So looking at the midfield, moving on
yeah,
to the rest of the teams, it's a bit all over the place, isn't it? I mean, you got the Alpine
yeah,
Pierre Gasly in 7th, and then the other Alpine in 16th.
yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
Colapinto's struggling a little bit at the moment, isn't he?
I did call Pierre 7th.
Yeah. You got. Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Did I
Um,
say Max 8th and 10th for
Whoa, we'll have to have our listeners tell us
I'm
if he
pretty
was.
sure I'm not far off. The only thing I got wrong was the McLarens. So
Yeah,
it is a bit misjudging the order, but the 10 is, like, after that, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe there was a
yeah.
Behrman in there instead of Ocon, but yeah.
But then you've got so 7th and Alpine,
Yeah,
then Red Bull, then
yeah,
Racing Bull, then
yeah,
Haas, then
yeah,
Audi.
yeah.
I mean, that's 5 teams,
Good, isn't
all
it?
different. And then it starts again. Red
Yeah.
Bull, Audi, Racing Bulls, and then the sorry Williams. I mean, Christ. And then obviously Cadillac and Aston Martin. I mean, what's the point? But, um,
Money, mate, sponsorship, that's the point.
I don't know, fair play to Liam Lawson. I think he had a good race today. P9, 2 points. Is that his first points of the season? So yeah, did well there.
Yeah, but I think Avi Lindblad he was having a great race, great qualifying.
Yeah,
But I think he was a safety car, unlucky again.
yeah, yeah. In the
He
other
got
red
he got
racing
he
ball.
he got done over, so
And
just kept him back there.
how good did their car look? I mean, I was looking out for the Godzilla Hasses. Sorry about that. It's like I just had sound choking then.
You're right.
Not
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Last night,
Um,
sorry.
yeah, how good did the Racing Bulls car look? I mean, the red and white and the white wheels, it looked tasty. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I think they get away with it because it's the young team, isn't it? It's the second team, so they don't have to conform to all the sponsorships and actually they can have a bit of style about them. But I think that's the
Yeah,
thing though, isn't it? Cool, young kids, stylish.
yeah. I mean, I don't really know why they have 2 teams. I guess obviously it's just to, you know, mix it up with
Why don't
basically
other
having more
teams have
drivers.
2 teams? It's crazy. Like, how much money have Red Bull got?
Yeah, and it's not like they do it for engine reasons. It's just, because you could say Mercedes have got McLaren, even though they're different teams, but they're still using the Mercedes engine. But like the Red Bull and the Racing Bulls, it's two separate teams, but they're one team. Do
Oh,
you
it's
know
one
what I mean? So
company.
it's like
Yeah,
what
it's
what
absolutely one company. Yeah,
Yeah. So
all
it's
comes out the same bank account where the money comes from.
yeah. So a bit odd. I don't know why they do that, but there we go. But
But
yeah,
no,
good
yeah,
result.
really good, really
Uh,
good. I think they had a good race yesterday. Liam Lawson good, Pierre Gasly good.
Esteban Ocon 10th, first point. Uh,
Yeah,
8 points, sorry, for the Haas. And then you look, and then obviously Ollie Behrman would have finished in the points, I think, if he
yeah,
hadn't
he's
have
he's a
crashed out.
solid racer.
But yeah, quite a scattering of the midfield. I mean, midfield to bottom, really. I mean, but then having said that, the midfield, in my opinion, is extended because you've really only got the Cadillacs and the Aston Martin that are way off, and maybe the Williams, and then you've got the rest. You've got five other
Yeah,
teams
yeah, it's those
competing.
3 teams, isn't it? And then it's the rest.
Yeah. So if you got Haas still leading the way in the constructors in fourth with
Mm.
18 points, and Alpine in fifth.
Do you notice, like, so I think last year maybe it was slightly different, but Mercedes, definitely Cadillac, and 100% Williams get 0 TV coverage. Absolutely
Yeah.
0. From
Yeah.
the commentators are speaking about them, that's different, but actually live feed pictures that we watch, 0,
Yeah.
and it's just because they're not interesting. They're so slow. They're so slow compared to the rest,
Yeah.
and they don't wanna advertise how bad these 3 teams are.
Yeah. It's not good. I mean, it is heavily focused on the top six teams, isn't it?
Yeah,
Top six
yeah. Yeah,
drivers in there.
I get that, that's where the action is, but there was a lot of midfield action today,
Well,
and I don't know
that's
if you kn
it's
oh,
funny you mentioned it because I actually said to myself while I was watching it that I think they were focusing in on Leclerc, and it might have been Leclerc and Hamilton battle.
mm,
And I don't, do you watch it on Sky Sports? So
yeah,
whenever they have a battle going on the main screen, they will
mm.
sometimes put up what's happening in other places in a little box
Yeah,
on
that's
the
that's
left.
just that's just a feed that everyone gets.
Yeah.
That's like the international
So
feed, yeah.
so Hadjar was having a right old ding dong with who was it at the time? It might have been Ocon.
Mm,
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but he was having a right battle, and it looked so good. He was like,
I know.
up the long side, and then he was
Yep,
behind again, then he was in front, and then he was
yep,
behind again, and I didn't see a single bit of it except in that
yep.
little box. And I
I
was
know.
just thinking, like, nothing's happening with Leclerc or whoever they were actually on. It
Yeah.
was just like,
And the only
put
thing
that on.
and the only way you would have noticed that really, even if you had a, like, a 100-inch TV, or particularly our, Jensen was commentating today, he was picking it up. So he was commentating, and then you would look at the screen and go, "Oh, no, actually, they're going at each other. They're going back and forth." Norris and Hamilton, they were going back and forth, wasn't on the TV,
Yeah.
really poor. And it was like that for a few battles. And I don't
But then
know
I
what it is, and that's not the first time. That's a consistent thing that's happened this year with the TV.
And I think you mentioned it in the last episode that obviously Sky Sports and who else broadcasts it doesn't actually control the feed,
No.
the cameras. So it's obviously the Japanese
Yeah,
cameras or
the
footage
producer, yeah, for
or
that
whatever.
race. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But one thing I also wanted to bring up, and I don't know whether you noticed it, and it might just be me being a bit picky, but
Salty?
basically, uh, when I was watching the crash,
Mm,
um, Ollie Behrman crash,
mm,
and when it went on the replay, so you didn't actually see it obviously live. So then the replays sort of showed the lead up to the crash.
mm,
Then they cut away, and then they showed the aftermath of the crash. And then they changed. Then a few minutes later, then there was a second replay, and it was in the cockpit, and you see him coming up, and you see him or sort of avoid. Then he spins, and then just before he hits the wall, they cut away again.
mm.
And to me, it just seemed like, oh, right, we're not showing any crashes anymore. We're not showing the moment of impact.
Mm.
A bit like, when there's a serious injury on the football pitch, and they sort of completely cut away, don't they? They just go to the crowd,
Yeah, I get it in the
and I
very
get
beginning.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I get that, and I get, like, going back to Grosjean's major crash at
Oh, yeah, the
Bahrain,
fireball.
which
Jesus
was
Christ, yeah.
yeah, that was horrendous. But yeah, it just seems to me that they're just cutting that out now. And what? To save our emotional state? Like, I don't get why they're doing
Probably,
it. Maybe
yeah,
they're not doing it. I don't know. Maybe it was just me,
yeah.
but it was something I'd picked out, and wanted to bring up. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think you're partly right, mate. I think it's the they don't wanna offend anyone, they don't wanna cause any, like, stress to anyone watching it, so they could show as much as they can before they reach the limit of, you know, mental stress. I don't know. But I grew up in a era where there was loads of accidents, some really bad ones, and it was just shown, and you're like, "Wow, this is motorsport. This is what they do. These guys are legends, and we love them for it."
Yeah,
And it's so risky, and the cars are unbelievably well built, protected. The crash structure around it, the halo, has done so much for the sport. But just show it. It's real life. It's happening. This is what we want to see. And
yeah.
yeah, I think it is part what you alluded to. It is about just saving some eyeballs from getting that kind of mental stress.
Yeah, I mean, just do me a favor, Christ. I mean, it's just so petty. It just feel. I mean, I just hope that's not the case. I'm going to look out for it in Miami, and sort of see. But yeah, that was something I wanted to mention.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
you're right, mate.
so moving on.
Hmm.
Here's a quick question for you.
Love it.
Well, first off, how wrong were we about the reliability issues? I think we
Oh,
predicted
mate. Yeah. I mean,
how many.
fair play. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 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 absolutely.
How many did we predict that wouldn't finish the race?
I think we said I think I said like 7 that wouldn't finish, but then I also said like, if they start, so it could be 9.
Yeah.
And
We
how
had
wrong we were. 2.
one t well, Ollie Bearman crashed out, but, yeah, it was one.
Oh, yeah, okay, 1 technical
Yeah,
come into the garage, your car's broke.
yeah. So, fair play. That they're improving reliability
Yeah,
slowly but surely. So, yeah, 1, I think it was Lance Stroll, wasn't it?
it
It
was
didn't
Lance Stroll, yeah,
They
he got
basically
pulled
said,
in.
"Yeah, come in,
Yeah,
you've got an
lap
issue.
30 or whatever it is, that's kind of your limit, mate.
Come in,
It's done well,
your
the rest
brakes
finished.
stuck."
Alonso finished.
Yeah, yeah,
2 Cadillacs finished, but again, you wouldn't even know they were on the track. They got 0 air
yeah,
time, so you wouldn't even know they were there. They just happened to finish. And then I think Albon managed to finish, but I think he pitted, maybe about 45 times because they were doing pit stop practice, a tyre session. I have no idea what they were doing. Again, one of
yeah.
these teams that are really struggling and they need this break.
Well, I think he's actually still going round, last I heard. I don't
Yeah.
Poor
Keep
old
going, mate.
Alex.
Keep trying.
I do like Alex Albon. He's struggling this season. I think his Carlos Sainz, I think, has finished above him in all races so far.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need
but
to
he
check that
did.
out,
He
but
said yesterday. Wait, was it yesterday? Um, he made the sarky comment in the car. Oh yeah, must be me then. Must be my
yeah,
driving.
yeah.
And then the reporters asked him in the pen. So what did you mean by that? And he went, I'd rather not say. Stop being such like be grow some bollocks. Say it. Say
Yeah,
what you want to say. Fans want you to say. You can say it in the car when you're protected by a helmet,
mm.
but then say it in front of a reporter. Actually say no. I'm doing my best. My foot is on the floor, but this fucking car and this battery is not giving me what I want.
Yeah.
And just
Just
leave it at
say it.
that.
Yeah.
Mic drop, walk away. Thank you very much.
Oh, no. I know. But, Yeah, there we go.
But
Poor old Liam.
overall, no, really good. Good. It was good racing. Good for the telly. Loads of back and forth. There was the one bit that I. It's going to be interesting because each track's going to have its own unique features. So you got the final chicane, and then you got the S's down the bottom of the first straight, right?
Yep.
So if you got done, if you done them at the final chicane, we had that long run. You were 9 times out of 10 overtaken on that first kind of S's down the main straight,
Mhm.
or you just do all your work down the main straight, and then they can't get you back because of the S's.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why George, I think towards the end, it was it lap 5 from the end, he
Mhm.
overtook Leclerc for 3rd
Mhm.
before the chicane,
Yeah,
and then Leclerc just took it back.
yeah.
I really puzzled me why he did that. Why didn't
So
he just get a
yeah.
good exit and do him on the straight?
So what they're gonna do now, if they didn't before, they're gonna look at this map, look at deployment, and they're gonna think they must have done it before, surely, and then realize, how are they not gonna get past me on the way back? Because 'Cause I'll save
Mm,
my battery all the way, all the way, all the way, and then bang, then they can't get me, and then I'll try and pull a lead and try and get out of their, well, yeah, try and get out of the 1 second for overtake mode.
mm.
But yeah, that was the only place you could overtake really
Yeah, yeah,
for this track, so I don't know what Miami's got to offer. It's got a couple of long straights, but it's gonna be a different track. It's gonna be a
yeah, different race
yeah, a bit of a I think it's
completely.
gonna be a bit of a procession, to be honest.
Okay, so quick question, quick fire round.
Oh, I love a quick fire. Go on.
Quick fire, fastest pit stop.
Oh, I saw a lot of good ones today. A lot of good ones. I'm gonna go McLaren Piastri. Back. I
Go on.
saw a Lewis 2.1.
Oh, no, there you go. So Lewis was the fastest pit stop with 2
Oh,
seconds
was
dead.
okay. I thought it was gonna be someone else because that's the one that really I really remember that one, but I thought
Yeah,
someone else may have pipped him. Okay.
yeah. So out of the I mean, this is gonna be a tricky question, very tricky, it's a guess probably, but
Sorry.
out of the 3 races we've had so far,
Yeah.
who has had the quickest pit stop?
Oh, fuck you. I
You're
think it
never
was the
gonna get
last race. Was this a trick question? Was it
Yeah,
today?
it was today, Lewis, 2 seconds. So, look, Lewis got the fastest. So the Lewis's team are doing pretty well. Fair play to them. They
Yeah.
got the fastest pit stop in China, 2.29 seconds, and then George Russell at Mercedes, obviously, 2.17 in Australia. So,
So it's gonna
okay,
be the 1.9 mark. That's what they wanna break, right?
yeah. So
Must
we've got
be.
to get under 2 seconds at some point this season, I'm sure.
Oh,
And I
bang, bang,
put
bang.
money on it. It will be Lewis's team based on that.
Do you think?
Yeah, based on the 3 races so far. Uh, yeah, why not?
Fair.
Um, fastest lap, go.
Today,
Yep.
did they show that on the telly? I would have remembered it. Fastest lap. Oh,
Yeah,
Kimmy.
right. Yeah, yeah, well done. Yeah, Kimi
Yeah, no, I
Antonelli,
do remember it. Yeah,
the
yeah, it was Kimmy.
1:32.4,
1:32.4. Where's
and
that what's that in context of, like,
well,
racing? What does that mean?
quite impressive. That was lap 49 of 53. So
Ah, I
you
remember something happening about this.
and I think did you see the radio? They did it in his last race in China.
Yeah,
And I did it again today.
yeah,
Now, I don't know whether that was before or after the fastest lap. I think it was probably after as a reaction to the fastest lap.
yeah,
But basically, they came on the radio and said, "Kimmy, let's bring this car home."
yeah. Call your boots, yeah,
And yeah, and I mean, why are you setting the fastest lap on lap 49 when you got 3 laps to go and you're winning the race?
because you can. But
That's
that's
brave, isn't
right,
it?
so I will hit that in exactly the same context as Max Verstappen. Max
Yeah,
Verstappen would do exactly the same. A, to prove a point because he can, the tyres are, if I've got a car, I'm gonna go as fast as I can. Mentality, mate. Strong mentality.
yeah,
Win. Turn the screw, pin him down, slap him in the face, walk off. You got it, right? I'm
yeah.
I'm the governor.
So compared to pole, obviously 1:28.7 was pole. for Japan.
127 was pole, yeah.
132.4 for the race. Do you have the figures for um for pole last year? Did you say you had those? Just to compare where we're at speed wise.
Not for kind of general pole, but I think in general, off memory, and I said it last time, you can't compare. It's what is it? Blinking coconuts for think of a fruit.
Lemons.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All
So
right, last question for
no,
you
no,
then,
no,
mate.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no.
go on. Sorry.
I will finish it. I will finish it. So the pole was miles ahead, right? You can't compare pole, but I do know that pole position would have gotten him into Q3. No, Q1 only last year. So
Okay.
that's where the
Wow.
cars are in comparison.
Q1 or Q2, did you say?
No, it would have. He would have got knocked out of Q1. So the last.
Oh,
So
wow.
Q3 is pole.
Yeah.
He would have got knocked out in Q1
Wow.
based on that lap time. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's quite unbelievable, really.
But as I say, it's not quite you have to compare it to the 2022. Not gonna
Yeah.
go into again. Listen to the other pod. That'll be
Okay.
my theory.
All right. So last question from me then.
Mm.
Who won Japan in 2025?
Oh, you fucking dickhead. Oh, it's got to be McLaren, surely. It will be Lando.
Nope. Verstappen.
Jet. Oh, of course it was Max. Yeah, that was the whole fucking yeah. That's all they were talking about. Max
Yeah.
last year. Max last year. Max last year.
There we go. All right.
Ah,
Good stuff. That's another race done. Race 3 of 22.
is
Is
it
22
22
rounds.
or 20
Is
now?
no, I'm pretty sure it was 24.
Oh, was it 24? Yeah, so sad. I've been to Bahrain. I've lucky enough to go. Spent a brilliant. It's a brilliant race. Lovely night race. Lovely people. Lovely food.
Yeah.
Super easy to get to. When you're there, obviously it's a bit of a flight depending on where you are, where you live in the world. Yeah, and it's just a shame. Real shame. I haven't been to Saudi Arabia, but you can see they put a lot of effort into it, and I think
Yeah.
the drivers you know, like it, street race under the lights. It's always fun.
Yeah. So sadly, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia both been cancelled. So our next race
No.
is in the United States of America in Miami. So
USA. USA.
that's 1st of May.
What
Practice one.
we so what are we gonna do between now and then? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get my hair cut
Oh,
and
were you gonna get those two strands cut off or
I
just
might just
what?
do. I don't know. I might just
Side
do
pine with
like a.
them or what are you doing?
I might just do a Bottas and shave it off and keep moustache.
Oh, get a moustache, mate.
Has he shaved his head? I can't remember.
He's dyed it. He dyed it blonde, didn't he?
I know he looks like a porn star, but
I think he's got a bit of a sheep head. It's thick, isn't it? Has he got a sheep head or has he got a ball patch?
yeah, well,
I
I've
mean,
not
it's
said that.
quite. It's like one or the other, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
either way, I
there
need
was
to
a
go
thing about
blonde.
Carlos's hair. Carlos had a haircut. Who gives a fuck? Like, is there
The
nothing else
ladies,
to talk about?
the ladies that follow signs.
Oh, well, they all, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to follow a Formula One driver?
But here's some good news, everyone, for the UK listeners. Miami, come on then, Nick. Race start time. What do you reckon
What, for us?
for us? UK start time for the race. 3rd of May,
8 o'clock.
9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
Oh, I wasn't far off.
in the evening. So that's good. So we're going to have a decent time to watch.
Oh, that's not good for us. That's a late pod.
It is a late pod, or
Uh,
just an early pod. I don't
oh,
know.
God, that is
But
a
yeah, no,
late pod.
it's a good start time. So and
Yeah,
it is
well,
another.
kids are in
It's
bed,
sorry,
right?
it's another sprint race. So we've got
Ah, nice.
1st of May practice one, 5:30 start, and then 1st of May again sprint quali at
Oh, that's a
9:30.
good Friday. That's a good weekend.
Yeah, and then the 2nd of May sprint race qualifying 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. respectively,
Very
and then
good.
the race is at 9 on the 3rd.
Well, I'll tell you what, should we have a kind of catch up and let our listeners hear about what we've been up to?
Yep.
And maybe I'll test you with a couple of questions. Cheeky quiz, maybe?
Oh, that sounds good.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Sounded like you like that.
All right, good stuff, man. Good speaking with you.
All right, Nicholas.
Peace out.
You take care, mate. Bye
You
bye.
too, mate. Bye bye.